Greetings, people all over the world. It is Friday, some almost midnight, some 6 o'clock in the morning, but wherever you are, this is the day to make profitable, not slack off and wait for the weekend. I'm only sharing that with you because most salespeople never take advantage of Friday. Second thing I have is a major announcement today that we're going to be featuring somebody from the Insiders Club every Friday by invitation. If you did not get the invitation and you are in the Insiders Club, we will post it again. We'll post the link up again in the Insiders Club to where you can book your spot. We have an amazing first guest on today. We have the great Jay Skinner with us, and I want to make sure that we have enough time to talk to him and about us. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the great Jay. Okay.
What? Oh, we're live.
You know, I know the audience doesn't really know how great the great Jay Skinner is, but besides being a salesperson and an entrepreneur, you're also a lifelong musician who has played with the Drifters of note. Tell me a couple of, though I know the Marvelettes for sure. Tell me a couple of others.
Shirelles.
Sure. Oh, wow.
I one time I was doing a concert and we were there, and then it was a joint concert, and then I had Tommy James and the Shondells come on, and the Temptations were on the other side of the deal. And so Drifters, Coasters, Platters, Marvelettes, Shirelles.
Cool.
Whenever they're doing concerts within about 5 hours of Indianapolis, and this is for about the last 25 years with a group.
Wow. So not very long. You've only been doing it all week. Okay. So,
Yeah.
let me throw this at you. The next time we're together, I happen to be the president of the Marvelettes fan club. Not many people know that.
Oh my gosh.
The way you do the things you do. I want to, no, that's Temptations.
Well, the Marvelettes is, oh my gosh.
But I want to walk up of any Marvelettes song you know, and I'll name it.
That's what we'll do next time we're together. We absolutely will.
Okay.
I totally got it. I get the charts. The Marvelettes, it's kind of funny. The Marvelettes are tough, man. They were one of the first groups I backed up, and they came to Indianapolis, and we were doing a concert, and I was the new piano player, like I said, 25 years younger than I am now. And man, they were cracking the whip. I want to hear this part.
Yeah.
I want to hear that part. Man, were they cracking the whip. It was great. I learned a lot.
Cool. Yeah, they were the Motown group, I think, that really got me more involved in Motown than I probably wanted to be. But their music was so compelling, I literally had no choice.
It's like I'm just wondering, like, all of a sudden I get blank, but Please, Mr. Postman, that's the one everybody knows.
Yeah.
You know?
But Little Boy
And
Blue.
Don't Mess Around with Bill.
Yeah. A lot of songs.
Fun show. It's a fun show.
20 for sure.
So what are we doing here? Holy cow, man. I had you on my little show that was inspired by you and Jen saying, go live, go live. And by the way, today will be my 10th consecutive Friday show.
Good.
But oh my gosh, I get to be on yours. I'm like so proud. Thank you.
Now, how did you find me?
Well, it was a couple years ago. A buddy of mine sent me a link like through LinkedIn and said, hey, here's a book. You ever heard of the Little Red Book of Selling? It's like, No. And it's like, I can't believe, considering all the people that you and I both know together, like
Hmm.
Tony Alessandro or Brian Tracy or some of these people from the past, why we never bumped into each other. But I got
Hmm.
the red book and I did the audiobooks because I listen most of all, but I can read. I can read. Um, and then nothing except for now I knew your name and I thought, wow, this is a great book. Well, honestly, what I always think when I read these books is, well, now I don't have to write a book because someone else did it. And it's always awesome stuff and things that many times I've done before over the years. And then it adds to it and makes me even better, which is what you've done. Anyway, so I found that. And then I don't know, it must have been a Facebook or LinkedIn or something promotion, and your name just popped up for the 959 Live or something. Maybe your group was
Hmm.
doing a promotion. And it's like, I know who this guy is. So I clicked on it and I was hooked. 959 Club. It was probably back in September, October, November, somewhere around there.
Cool. And then you actually, you actually became a member of the Insiders Club. Why did you do
Very
that?
quickly, very quickly, because there is no place on earth that I could rub shoulders with someone like a heavyweight like you on a regular basis, and Jen Gittimer,
Hmm.
and then the rest of the people in your group, and have the opportunity to meet them and be close to them for like the low amount of cost. Is like, this is
Yeah.
great. And I got to tell the people is that you were kind enough, as soon as I got on the 959 and made some comments, you said, Skinner, send me your number, I want to get to know you. And you gave me a phone call and it's like, we got to know each other. And I thought, I want to stay connected, and the Insiders Club was the way to stay connected. Then I got in there and I realized you have enough sales and marketing and training material in there that I'll never have to do another piece the rest of my life.
Well, you never know.
Ah,
There is there's an attribute that not many people understand, and that is the synergy between music and sales. Excuse me, and sales success. And that may be your niche because you understand both. Most
I
people
did.
only understand one or the other. Wow, I really like that song, but I don't know how it helped me make a sale.
Yeah. And the thing is when I'm training sales guys, it's really difficult because on the first day I say, okay, what do you play?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, you played a piano or something? Because if it's a B2C, business to customer, the first thing I ask when I walk in the door is, have you got a piano? They look at me and say, well, yeah, actually, can I play a song? I sit down, play a song, and they say, oh my gosh. It's like, I didn't know we were going to do that. I said, well, we're having some fun. And then say, well, do you know this or know that? And then I go sit down at the table or whatever to talk the business we're there to do. And then in trade shows, I'm always got my eye out for, is there a band? I did a lot of international trade shows and they always have a big party with everybody there. And I remember the last one in Panama. Oh my gosh, there was 1,000 people sitting at dinners, probably semi-formal. They had this giant Carlos Santana style band up there, down there in Central America. And I went around the side and kind of talked to the band leader. I said, hey, any chance that I can sit in for a song? And it's really, I said, yeah, absolutely, I can do this. And so he put me up there. The guy, the keyboard guy graciously gave me his whole layout. And I got up there and we did Evil Ways and did some Santana music. Just one song. I do one or two songs
Cool.
and get off quick.
Right.
And then the next day at the trade show, everybody's coming by the booth. Oh my gosh, you're the guy.
Yeah, you were
guy.
so good. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And now, by the way, if you want to continue to see me playing, you need to buy what it is I'm selling because that's how I get paid.
That's cool. And I think that most people don't understand the value of making a musical connection.
It is. But one of the
I have,
things that I have to say is some people, Jeffrey, some people just, they don't have it. They didn't get that connection, but everybody's got something.
yeah.
And they're just a little sensitive about showing their thing. I mean, it's like, if I could draw and I knew how to draw pictures of people, I'd probably want to go in there and say, just for fun, can I do a little caricature of you? Would you like that? Would that be fun?
Sure.
Like, yeah, heck yes. Or whatever it is you're good at, do a little bit of that to put
Right.
some personality into it.
Exactly. Where did you grow up?
I grew up, for the most part, on the north side of Indianapolis. We were in the first mega giant apartment complex. We had a 4-bedroom townhouse and was in the late 60s. Prior to that, I was in a small farm town, but that was till 5th grade. But 5th grade, I started in Indianapolis. And I was on the streets, man. I lived in
Yeah.
an apartment complex, and it was a medium high affluence kind of place. And the kids hung out at the playground. And what can I say? I started smoking when I was 13, walking up and down the tracks. And so I have a lot of life experience.
And what was your first piano lesson?
Well, that's when I was about 7 or 8 years old, my mom had me into, I apologize to the little old ladies in the group, but the little old lady piano teacher that wanted to teach me the notes and make me do stuff. And it's like, that was not interesting to me because I want to know how to play. I was not
Right.
interested to learn all the notes. But I didn't know exactly what I wanted. So I did some of that, and I got to the end of the Little Red Book. And then I could play From the Wigwam. That's the last song in the Little Red Book. That's as
Cool.
far as I was able to ever learn how to read. But then finally, over time, my mom finally took me to a guy, and we said, just teach Jay how to play like the guy at the piano bar so he can go to parties and have fun. And he taught me how to do what they call fake it. Chords, melody line, sing along, have some fun. And it's all math and numbers. I always say, if you can count to 8, you can play like me. I can put everything I know on a 3x5 card. If you can count to 9, you can play jazz. If you can count to 13, you can play eclectic jazz.
Wow. That's so cool. So is the Skinner method something that you have solidified, or you're going to just leave it as a mystery?
It's not a mystery. It's a funny thing is that a lot of times I'll find myself on an airplane sitting down next to someone, and they'll say, well, I'm a concert pianist and I can play a page full of black notes, but I can't sit down and just have fun. And I'll say, well, and I'll pull out always, and by the way, here's a time management thing, 3x5 cards in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Well, every time you say something I want to remember or whatever, you pull it out, you write it down, and then put it in the front pocket and put it on top of your dresser and look at it until you did it. Well, in this case, I always got 3x5 cards. And I will say, well, would you like to know how I do it? Because it's so simple. When you see it, you can't believe it. And I'll sit down on a plane, and by the time I'm done, about a half an hour, they've got a 3x5 card with all the secrets of the chords and how it all works. And they can put that in their pocket, go home and play with it, and probably be just like me within a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think there's a book there, and we'll talk about it later. I think a lot of people would relish the fact that they can play without a bunch of lessons.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I'm not the only guy out there doing it, but it's a great method, and you can have some fun. Thank you. That's good. I'm looking for that book topic.
So what do you do now? What's your gig?
My gig right now is I work with business owners in general to help grow their business. I happen to be good at startup and helping people achieve share of mind in their business and get through whatever problems they think they have or don't have to achieve the kind of success that they want to achieve. I'm probably an expert of ticking off business owners. It's like I try to do everything I can up front when we talk about the frankness and the directness that I use. But the bottom line is that a lot of businesses are not successful because they're simply not fulfilling their promises or keeping them either to their employees or to their customers. And somehow they just want the sales guys to go out and sell and don't worry about order fulfillment. It's probably the biggest area. And if they can't get that together, they're going to be bumping along for a long time. So I work with people like that. And then I work with people that are in almost rebuild, reinvent, restart mode. And that's my big gig right now. I'm working with the big residential fence company here in Indianapolis and helping them put together something that, quite frankly, will go national. And that'll be fun. And since I have this international experience,
Yeah, but do you
me to
think
help them
being
do it.
from the Midwest helps you?
Yeah, you know what? Midwest is kind of the middle. And because when it comes to working with people, you have to have what I call behavioral flexibility. And you and I know that from Tony Alessandra, talking about the quadrants and the way people talk and the way they communicate and building rapport. You can't get anywhere unless you achieve rapport. And being in the middle makes it easy for me to work with a New Yorker or a guy from Texas or Alabama or a guy from Canada or a guy from France or a guy from California and establish rapport very quickly and get a job done. So yeah, that's where it's helped because I'm right there in the middle. If I grew up over in New York, I'd have a farther way to go to establish rapport with a guy from Alabama.
Yeah, very far.
But it's not impossible and it's not disingenuous. And I just, for the sake of anybody listening here, modifying your behavioral style or the way you talk and how you work with people to help them is the platinum rule of doing unto others as they want to be done unto. Thank you, Tony Alessandra.
So here we are. We didn't know each other for the first 70 years or so, and now we're actually friends.
Yes.
That happens because you click intellectually, you click spiritually, and you go down the road for as long as the road will take you. And I'm challenging anybody who's out there right now, and you know who you are. There's other guys are going to be on this show on a Friday. I'm sure Joe Williams will be on there. Other guys that are in the Insiders Club. I'm interested to find out how you click. Jay Skinner clicks musically, and you can click with music every single time. And if they don't click musically, they're probably not your click anyway. Correct?
That's probably right. That's probably right. One of the things is that in order to be successful, I talked about behavioral flexibility. If I'm with someone that this is just simply not their thing, and it's obvious when we get together. I mean, look at me. I'm here in a tie-dye Oxford. I call it LA formal. By way, Goodman or Goodwin, you're into stuff. Let's market this. We'll work together to do tie-dye, button-down Oxfords and start a business. But if people aren't into that, then I identify, and if I want to do business with them, then I'm going to have to kind of go over to their side. And the interesting thing is that I can work with people where they are. And once we connect, I can drag them over to my side and say, hey, take a look at what I'm doing over here. It might be helpful.
Yeah. Good. So, guys, we have met our first insider, the great Jay Skinner.
Thank you.
And he will be in the Insiders Club Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays to
always,
be on the exclusive part of the 959. So, Jay, you can get back to your business now. I know you got other things to do besides me. Thank you so much for being here. Cheers to you. First guest, love it.
Thanks for having me.
You never forget your first.
Amen to that, brother. Thank you very much.
Later. So, insiders, please register. We're going to put the link up there again. Please register to be on the show. Short interview. You have all the benefit of it. You can repost it anywhere. You can do whatever you want with it. It's my way of saying thank you and talking about the value of the Insiders Club, the people that are in the Insiders Club, and why you should join the Insiders Club. I better put this up here. This will help you. And now I can go in. This is pretty interesting. I can go into the comments section. I can put Williams up. Life's too short to wake up with regrets. Isn't that cool? I can send this to Harvey. He'll totally love it. I get his day rolling, make him happy, Love making Harvey McKay. Come on, how can you not love making Harvey McKay happy? Please send that off to him. And then if I go back here, the Insiders Club pops right back up. Is that cool or what? Randall was first. Pretty good quote. Brian was third. Warren Bennis. Cool. Courageous patience. Those are two words that definitely belong together. And Tall Tom. Wow. Yeah. Cool. As the man, look at that. You already got a shout out. Wow, this is so good. Dibman, is that your quote? If it is, put your name at the end of it. Come on. It's Friday. Let's go. I agree. I totally agree. And of course, Sweden is here. Hey, opportunities multiply as they are seized. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jen. How are you? A genuine woman. A genuine woman. Has balls, has brains, has moxie. You made it back? Oh my gosh. Paris has checked in. What's going on in Paris? Tell me. Come on, tell me what's going on. Took a little bit to get going, but Dennis Waitley's Psychology of Winning, I agree. I totally agree. The Psychology of Winning earned me a lot of money in the mid 70s. Oh my gosh. So I'm talking to you this morning, but really, Skinner is the Billy Joel of the Insiders Club. Never forget that. Put vim, force, vitality into every movement of your body. Let your very atmosphere be that of one who is determined to stand for something and to be somebody. In the 21.5 Unbreakable Laws, I have a full page quote. Your customer wants to do business with a somebody, not a nobody. Google yourself and let them know you're somebody. If not, fix it. Wowie, wow. Look at all the people. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being a Friday. Toru, thank you, of course, for you. And Jen Gittimer's here. See, it's so important to have the wife on the show. We're a little bit apart right now, but we'll be together soon. Mount Pleasant has checked in. Wasn't Skinner good? I have an alliteration for every day of the week. Miraculous Monday, Tremendous Tuesday, Wild Wednesday, Thunderous Thursday, and Fantastic Friday. A way to generate excitement for any Noah? Excellent. I'm saving it. That's how good it is. Do any of you have alliteration for days of the week? Just checking. I'm going to send this to myself. There you go. Done. Gone. Thank you for that, Noah. Very, very well done. Coachman? It was awesome, yeah. All the people that are here, including Jimmy O'Neill, don't mess with Bill. Yep. I think that there's something about old songs. They're easy. They don't have swear words in them. You can understand the words. They're musical. I'm just saying. Yeah. I think that we're into the show enough this morning that I can say have a great weekend to most of you. Well, to all of you, actually. You're going to love it. Have fun and be surprised. This is for both buyers and sellers. My first. Cool. This is cool. Yep, Sherry, we're there. I love being on other people's shows. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. He grew up in Indianapolis, in the Midwest, nowhere near Brooklyn. Good evening. And for all of you who are out there, who are looking for the best things in life, they're already here. They're already here. They're already here. All you have to do is take advantage of them. The great Jim Rohn said, all the information you need to succeed already exists. The problem is you're not exposing yourself to it. So go out, gain some exposure. Today might be your day to join the Insiders Club. Might be. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9:59 a.m., right here on the Gittimer Network. Dudes, dudettes, cheers, health, sales,